Okay. I've just manually streamed. It should be working on there now. Camera won't be working though on there. All good. All right. So I'll see if that probably.
Yeah, notification just popped up. Haydos.
Yeah, it might freeze.
For YouTube.
It might freeze because I'm running too many things at once, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
okay.
All right. So
At least you got a like.
yeah, that's it. Okay. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Looks like we're leaving to push down here. Okay, can I come back up to 258 and then I execute on some sells to trade down to 15,200.
Build the 1 minute fair value gap so far on that push down.
Yep. Yeah. Quick. Yeah.
All right, if it stalls around here and we start seeing a couple of rejection wicks, I'll execute into a sell, targeting down here. Because I took those losses yesterday, I'm gonna, for risk management, because we do have good risk reward on our side, I'll be dropping the lot sizes just a little bit, fixed lots. Until I get a bit of form again, and then I'll increase it. So let's say I started on level 2 fresh account with this prop account. So level 2 risk control. Oh man, this crappy writing. Because I took a few losses yesterday, I'm going to go to level 1. So it's just minimal lot sizes. Just get a little bit of form, get a few trades in a row, and I'll start increasing it again. Get back above. Get back into the green. Thanks, Rob. All right, let's just push up to 16,259. Don't want to have to take an impulsive sell if it is failing to get up here, registering to get higher, but breaking underneath, then I could look to take it back down. So I could have some sell zones, either here, late entry, very late entry, cashing out at around this area. Yeah. I don't want to take this. I don't want to take it break in here yet. I prefer it to do a little bit of a better one. But it looks like it might have. That might be it already. Okay, come on. One more drive higher, and then execute on these cells. I've been saying 3 hour looking going down. This might be just straight down. This, the 3 hour candle just closed. Nice rejection wick to the top side. Yeah, I just don't like, I don't want to jump into a bad, I'd rather get a planned entry than react into what market does and like taking an entry, like a impulsive entry. Come on, man, pull back. Pull back or grab a decent amount of liquidity before then it can to fund that move down. That's what I wanted to see. I want to see it pick up something, create that fuel for that to drop and then fill some of these imbalances. If it just sort of pushes down these little minor pullbacks, that's not an entry that I'll take. New morning routine with this stream. Thanks for the quality, no BS here. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. It's a nice comment for once. We've got two forces fighting against each other. You've got stock market greed. You've got stock market greed, Chinese potential, like, you know, early signs of growth versus the outlook of war, high inflation in the UK. So it feels like we've got like a real squeeze going on, don't we? Either way, I've got my eyes peeled for this fella. Sudden influx of orders around here, imbalanced, like just outweighed all buyers. No bullish pressure whatsoever. And these candles, a little bit of a pause, break below support, push down, take out the lows of these wicks, these lows, have a little reaction, pick up more liquidity, come back down, wick lower into this gap over here to the left. Okay, pick up the liquidity from there. You got a little bit of bid of Asian session bid, that gapped price, pushed it up, little no wick candle here, and doji finding that little support. Price is eking its way down lower and lower and lower. Looks like the buyers are getting more exhausted. Just want to see one more bid buy rally before then to push down and to fill this imbalance. But taking sells over here, risk reward wise, don't make sense. Even if it's just going for like 20 odd pips, if you're not trading on a prop account, you could probably do something like that. Because really, like, where's your stop loss going to go? How much are you willing, that if it is breaking and pulling back, how far are you willing to hold that? If you're willing to hold drawdown all the way up to here, then your risk reward is, you know, that's like your risk, and versus this is your reward. It's something that I wouldn't take. If it was like with clear volume and we've got clean traffic through to the left and we're closing below, then you can say we're likely to keep on trending and you can use the previous candle's high. But 3 minutes is a pretty low time frame to be doing this. This is German 40 up as. You can see up here. I can see on the screen that it's a bit hidden. You can't see the ticker up the top.
You can see it on the YouTube really easily.
On my YouTube, yeah.
On Trading Nut, so pretty clear.
Where?
Oh. I'll tell you.
I've got I wrote it here.
Yeah, you can see your writing on that screen. It's clear as day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The actual TradingView ticker, you can't see it because they've got the there's that banner up the top. All right, so yeah, I'm not going to trade gold in London session. London session gold trading is chances are you cop like a range for the first 2 hours right this time. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad for the whole London session. It's good. It's actually good, but for this London Open, more often than not, it's a little bit sideways. I find GE40 is a bit cleaner, and I like to separate the assets I trade. I like to have like a real good mental break between London session, New York session. Okay, we've got the 10-minute candle closed. Yesterday, the 15-minute candle told no lies. So at the moment, 15-minute candles creating a top wick, still struggling. If it flips bearish, like so, is that an entry? For some it might. Stop loss can go above it. Can't do that on the prop account because I'll get like, I'll get slipped terribly. Alright, there we go. Come on, drop. Longer it takes, the more I just have to end up waiting. You know, because we look at yesterday's move in the first 3 minutes. Let's call it the first 9 minutes. Price moved 60 pips in the first 9 minutes. Dropped down, then boomed up. 60 pips done in 9 minutes. Versus today, the first 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 minutes, we've moved all of 30 pips. So the volumes look definitely slow. Definitely feeling that squeeze between two opposing narratives. Yeah, this is the worst kind of price action to like feel those clean candles when it's just drifting. That's really not something I like to be involved in. Once you're in that trade, you feel like you're in a washing machine, just in tumble dry, in the spin cycle. Okay, the longer it takes as well, if it can actually create that support, and then start breaking above, it actually will start leaning into potentially we are going to do that push up and take out that zone that I was looking from the top side, you know, from 15,300 up to 15,330. If we can get an entry from, if that's the case, we're pushing up at least to the euro high or the previous daily high. There's a daily doji. Oh, you can't see my writing on the YouTube up here. But if we can start pushing up here, then I think we can actually, you know, from down here where we're at, this 15,200, looking to trade towards 15,300. You know, we've got this 85 pip range. That'd be pretty good. Considering like trying to get into an entry with like a 20 pip stop. Even with low risk, you know. That's worth it. Oh, it's light outside now. Believe today is the beginning of the bearish leg of the week. Want to enter position, which will hold until Friday. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, for sure. Ideally from this 15, like, ideally from up this area. If we can get... Oh, what's going on? There we go. If we can get some sells from up there to start that bearish pressure, you know, any sort of form of escalation going on, Middle East or Russia, Ukraine kind of thing, further aggression, we could start to see that drop. New 15-minute, yeah. So it came up as a doji. Because this 15-minute here has got barely a top wick. I would like to see this hour candle or this 30-minute candle wicking a little bit higher. And then starting to push back down again. And do something like that. But we might see that on the hour. Because it could come and collect this little area. I think worst result we could have is if it continues doing what it's doing and just drifting, and like it just never really gave a clean entry. Is anyone in a trade right now? Don't tell me when you're like 40 pips in profit. Tell me when you're in the trade.
I'm in short, but I've been in it since in the European session.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not up. I'm not up a lot. Like that 25 pips, something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm in a sell.
Did you
on
get
that wick up?
the wick up? Yeah. Okay.
So that resistance on the 30.
Yeah, right here.
Well, just a tad lower, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit that, coming back down, I got in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, and I missed it. Man. I got distracted.
Okay, come on. Let's go. All right, would be first target. About to be hit.
I'm all peeled on that sucker.
It's Monday's Asian high. I think we can drive through it.
Yeah, I think so. There's a first
I
it'll
think so too.
might do a little bounce and then go further. So now it's touched it.
Right, it's sped up a little bit now. That's 1500. That'll do me for my partials.
There we go.
Partials, the bodies of the 30.
Yeah.
15, 191 or so, 92.
Yeah, and that's wicked into that engulfing candle on the 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know me with my round numbers, mate. 15,200.
Yeah, take that. Bugger. Bloody hell, man.
Not shocked me because it's a nice big bounce off of this.
Yeah, I'm annoyed. Like, I just wanted it to...
Yeah, me too.
This one?
There wasn't There wasn't your setup was not there at all.
It hasn't been. It hasn't. The good ones haven't been there this week. This seems to have needed to have been impulsive to really capture, but it hasn't. Like it's if only man. It's been a bunch of like the initial direction's been pretty good. Just never actually got into it. They never gave me my entry. I'm not going to go change my style. No way. No freaking way.
Your style works more. You
No,
get too many
It'll
Yeah.
come
too
back.
often.
Yeah. There's no perfect style that will be in. You can't get every single move. The thing is there FOMO? Not really. I don't even care about, because I know there's another opportunity. It's just so nice, like having a week where you get your first trade in like the first 20 minutes, and you can't. There's no pressure then for the rest of the session.
Yeah.
And like this is the move that I like when I get to the charts around like doing marking up all the zones from 7:30 till 8. I've got real. Let's say I've got 90% confidence in a couple of zones, and now for I was absolutely confident would make it down to here at some stage. Very rarely is there a time that I'll have an area and it never quite got. It actually happened this week a couple of times, but most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm very confident in the area that it's going to go to. It's just how does it price action get down to that level, because that's the only thing that really stops me from getting into some of these trades is that it's the price action, like the setup's there, but it didn't give me an entry if I'm strict with my plan. And we've just got to live with that as a trader. You don't need to trade every single day. Even though we do get pretty much a trade every single day. This week, not the best example of that. But in the months and months and months I've been doing this live, there's pretty much been a trade every single day. Most of them have been good. Most. Not every single one.
The
Anyway.
entry was on the 5 minute, Hayden, where that liquidity candle was pulled back and taken that balance candle out.
Yeah. I didn't like the distance, especially. I think this. I'm a little bit gun shy now, knowing that if I take the entry on, because I'm trying to be as transparent with this prop account, that I know my entry is never the entry that I want.
I'm only seeing that in hindsight.
Like I know that if I'm trying to get into a trade here, my entry is going to be 3 pips lower, and my stop loss needs to be 3 pips higher. And now this is now creeping up to a 35 pip trade, and I'm just not comfortable with that. So risk reward wise,
It's not there.
yeah, it's not there. But like, even just making a difference, like even knowing I'm going to get the entry, that's not even taking slippage into account. But if I'm going to get, if I'm trading on something that I know I've got more confidence that execution is going to be quick, and I'm only paying 0.9 of a pip, no commission, then that's a big, like you're talking from even 30 pips. I could probably get around 30 pips, but 36, 37, 38 pips perhaps if you get slipped. No, not good enough to like makes me a bit hesitant. All right, come
Not
on,
across multiple trades, man.
let's go Asian low. Raja style's been clean lately. Really clean. That's the nice. That's been a really nice. Giving you really nice entries.
Did you see the trade he took earlier today?
No. I haven't had time to really do anything. Like I feel like haven't got a whole lot achieved, but then when you're like, I think like I'll just chill and catch up on things when Maddie's like asleep. But when I'm holding her and she's trying to let mum have some sleep, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing. How did it go?
Yep.
Did he take buys with the hospital bombing?
Is that what
Yeah,
it
he
was?
took-
What on gold?
Yeah, he took buys.
Yeah, he
I,
would.
I didn't know what happened, but yeah.
Hospital got bombed.
Oh, jeez.
But the setup was there. Like I looked at it and I had a look what he did, and it's like it was a beautiful setup.
All right, now
But it
under
was in-
the
but
Asian
it was
low.
in Asia.
Okay, so I might get around if I wait for this 30-minute candle to close, but I might try trade underneath here down to here. Would have loved to have been in it higher, but I need to see price sort of push down. Okay, and then once we can actually clear it, if we can see volume coming in and we're closing quite strong, I'll just take momentum, late entry. This one will probably be like a 5-10 minute trade before I manage it, because you know your resistance is way up here, so it's just going with the momentum. So low risk, trying to just get like maybe a 1-to-1 sort of thing, but there's hopefully momentum. Like there's momentum in the chart now. Already taken the Asian low, but I don't take first time it touches this area. Take the second break. The second break will work out better than the first break. Hey, not Simon. How are you? You just got here late. How's it going? Yeah, it's been a tough week. Not gonna lie about that. But other than that, I'm fantastic. Thanks. Can't see your face. Yeah, I know, Gilbert. There's they're having issues with the streaming. So it streamed on one service properly, and that one's taking control of the camera, but it's not passing the stream onto my channel. So I've just had to do it manually. But because there's one thing accessing the camera already, it's going to can only do one. Oh, unless I do like.
Put Dave's photo on it.
Maybe I could put your mate's photo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but Greggy's.
Oh, can I do
Stop it.
cam link? I could probably do my YouTube, my laptop camera. Have separate cameras.
We can see your melon from 2 angles.
Yeah.
See.
There we are. Okay. Got the surface camera going.
Live, there we go.
Look how big my head is on it. Far out.
Extreme close
I
up.
can't see anything.
No, I'm gonna turn it.
I got you. That's a sick looking beanie.
I can only see G.
Yeah, from
It's all you, G.
my mum knitted it for me when she was over. All right.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like she when she came and stayed with us for. She came and did like, I think 7 or 8 weeks over here. She stayed with us 2 different times, like so before on each end of the trip, and she decided to start knitting me some beanies, and like she's pretty quick doing it. The first one she knitted was like so small, it was like a skull cap, and then she was
You
like,
can't
what?
get a better gift than a beanie.
She was like, what color do you want? So I was like, oh, this color, this color, this color. And she knitted me like a cream, really light cream color. And man, like you don't realize how some colors are so bad for your skin tone until you put them on. So I just made my skin looked pink. Like like just this red pink kind of color with a cream beanie. This looked absolutely awful.
The ginger beer doesn't work very well.
It doesn't
with
go with gingers. Yeah, we can't wear a few colors.
My brothers are both brunettes, but they've both got ginger beards.
Oh
It's
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Stealth gingers.
Yeah, they're mutleys.
Emiliano, what are the colors and time frame? The colors, the blue indicates the Asian session. The yellows, the couple hours pre-London. Pinks, London session. The greens, New York standalone session. What percentage of my account do I use per trade? I use fixed lots. So
Hey, go a sec.
I use fixed lots, so on my own personal account, I don't really calculate percentage. Oh, you're in the buy speed, nice one. On the prop account, I keep it low, so around 0.5%. On personal account, I just keep whatever in my. I don't keep a whole lot in my account, so I just risk. I just have a set. I just know how much I'm risking per trade, as in like in a dollar amount, and I'm happy with that. But prop account, you've got that drawdown cliff right in front of you if you take a few losses, so you got to be focused. So I would say start small. Once you're in profits, you can increase your risk. But if you're starting a new account and you're at like your initial balance, don't go in hard at the start. Go in quite low. All right, so we took out the imbalance here. Is it now going to push up into my zone? And will it give another setup? Or are we on the hunt now, taking out the Asian low? Are we, like what we've done in the last few sessions, is we've taken out the Asian low. See here, took out the Asian low. And then we actually had nice bullish pressure to take out the Asian high. That was yesterday. The previous day. See how slow my computer is because I'm running so many things. Took out the Asian low. Or we like took out the high first, and then we had like a beautiful drop over 130 pips to the downside, and then we had that recovery. Previous day again. Where's the Asian session? Here's the low. Okay, took out the high of pre-London, took out the low, then rallied back up, retested the highs, and then we had that drop. Then since then we've been in this little range going sideways. So let's see what it does here. We've taken out the low. Are we going to push up and now having grabbed that liquidity from under here? Now it makes a lot more sense that if we are breaking under here again, we've got this clean range to fill. So that's what I can get around, trading under here with momentum, whether you get it just on the break or you get it somewhere here. It's either way. I think with momentum then we can push down. Just ignore these don't fully ignore, but these thicker black lines, these are my monthly close levels. So you'll notice how they don't always hold on a day-to-day basis, but they do give pretty good little reactions. So I've always got them on, but I will look past the black lines. I don't treat them as strict horizontals. They're just like regular key levels.
A nice reaction from that low though. I got some of that on the way up. Actually, I got the majority of it, but I think I closed out that a little bit too soon.
Oh yeah?
Bearish buy. Got the better of me.
Yeah, I wish it just wasn't so slow I really wish it wasn't so slow to start with, because that was the move I wanted to get, but I really wanted to get like really good risk reward. So for my style, it didn't make sense to sell the low, even though the trade was there. But I wanted to focus on some high quality, like really strong risk reward setups today. I'm not going to rush into anything.
It's just taking out a good candle.
Be the disciplined trader today.
Disciplined.
Disciplined trader. No, the disciplined trader.
See.
Not the same. Oh, I can't believe how big this camera is. It's like a close up of my face, so I don't like it. Push the computer further away. Yeah, beautiful reaction.
We took that Asian low, but we took there's a wick there, 30-minute wick there to the left as well that it took. I just realised that's what made me close it all as well.
This wick here.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, you don't want to hold it for the first break. First break rarely works out. Second break's better. So you're better off like capturing it, knowing that like look at even when you have like this area down here, thinking you can take that, like the second break will be better. First break, even if you're looking to trade underneath here to here or lower, when it first breaks down, I know this looks like it just moves cleanly down, but on the first break you can pretty much take profit, come back, get in again, and then take it down. So you could double dip on this, and if it's breaking lower like here, take your profit, get back in on the retrace. Even if it just retrace like say 10-20 pips, you can reset your entry, and you can like you got your direction already set. You're just maximizing the move. Okay, so unless it gives me like a clean setup, I don't want to trade against this hour candle, because this hour candle right now would be looking pretty strong, aggressive, taking this liquidity from under here. And we do have a zone up above that price could easily push back up here and then drop. And it's been, you know, London's been a bit aggressive lately. Like this candle, just nasty. Hour candle, and then it just gets completely reversed. So we could see like an hour pushing down all the way up, and then up again, and all the way back down. So real nasty. How far are you looking in the future? 1 week. This week, GE40 must go down 15,000. The stock market doesn't have to do anything. Stock market greed is a real thing. So if they want to hold price up, they can hold it as long as they want. So I don't try to project too far into the future. I look for the trade that makes sense for the session. I find that's for me a lot easier than trying to project too far, because the way I see it, the way the price action can move. Let's say London has 3 opportunities here, so it could either trend up, it could range, or it can trend down. Based on what it does in this London session, that's going to dictate what it will do in the New York session. So then let's say that it gets the New York session, and then New York session has 3 options based on what happened in London. Okay, and then New York now can either go sideways, go up, go down. If it's from a ranging point of view, it could go sideways, up, down. You've got different price levels you've got to choose from. Okay, and let's say this is now the New York options. And now if we go into projecting what's going to happen tomorrow, you're going to have another 3 scenarios as well. So then the more you project into the future, you've got to think about each pathway possibility. That, like, what happens if you do all this time thinking, oh, if it goes up, then I've got 3 options, but then if it just ranges, now you just waste the time doing analysis over here, when maybe it followed this pathway, it actually went down, contrary to what you thought would happen, because even the price action might be bullish for now. Who knows? Maybe we get a shit report coming out that escalation, and it just completely just dumps. Fear comes in, fear sells off, goes into safe haven asset, and then, or maybe it was bullish because you've got a de-escalation. Now you've got to like quickly switch from, instead of this projecting this pathway, now we've got to be somewhere over here, and we've got to see these other levels. So it's just so much energy used to try and anticipate every single scenario. I'd rather just get to the charts, do my analysis like maybe the night before, or do some levels like in a quiet time for 30 minutes beforehand, and then just say what makes sense right now. What makes sense? If nothing changes right now, or if we've got scheduled news coming up, what makes sense? What makes sense for this next move? And then trade that move, rather than trying to trade holding trades over. I mean, swing trades, yeah, you can do swing trades, and that makes sense, and could be a really low stress sort of thing, but it's personal preference as well. So for me, I don't like really having large stops. I like to be sort of in control. If it's going to work out, or if it's not going to work out, I just want it to happen quick. Either give me a quick death or give me a quick win. Don't sit there putting things under my nails and like waterboard torture and all that, and like, oh, is it going to do this? Is it going to do that? Just let me just die gracefully, peacefully, or move the way I want. Let me secure some profits, and I can turn the computer off, and then I can go about doing the other things that are important in my life. Trading, I absolutely love trading. Don't get me wrong. This is my passion, my hobby. But I don't want to live attached to my phone, checking, wondering what's doing with price. Muted. Am I muted?
No.
Peter said I was muted.
No.
No, sounds good.
Yeah, I saw that. You're not muted.
You're fine.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Alrighty. So we are at the quick death situation here. What's it gonna do? So 45 minutes into it, my coffee cup's empty. So do we want to see this reversal? If it's so, I'll go for a coffee and we'll get that reversal, and I'll miss it. No, I'll stay. If you haven't given it some support, give this, no matter what channel you're watching it on, Trading Nuts channel, my channel, wherever it's broadcast to, give it some, if you're liking it, give it a like. It's the easiest thing you guys can do. If you're not liking it, give it a thumbs down. If you comment, give it a comment. Whatever, give us some good feedback. Well, so far, sellers have been happy. Some buyers have been happy. So far, everyone's getting along. Because it's left a little doji, I think we can come back here. I don't see this being the low of the London session. What do you guys reckon?
I agree.
I think we'll attack that low again. Let's check the 5 minutes. 5 minutes of liquidity candle, so even if it does a retest of the liquidity candle. What about the 15? The 15 tell no lies lately.
Too early.
30 minutes. H1. Alright, 3 minutes given a bit of an entry. If this one here was the rejection wick, it's not quite in my zone, that's the thing. It's not quite there. But it's given, this is potentially a setup, it's given a resistance rejection. Now if this one here, only thing it's missing is that it didn't really, this wick rejection didn't follow through with any real downward pressure to come up to then push down. So at the moment what's happening is we've been making higher lows. Armour's looking at the breaker block entry M5. Best of luck with that one. Is that breaker block? That's this one, isn't it? This, oops. This is ICT principle, I think, something like that, where you got like a little order block that breaks structure and then comes back up to retest. I think that's ICT. Anyway, give it a go, mate, if you like. I'm waiting. Best thing you can do is not follow what I do, just follow your plans, your own plan. If you agree with what I'm trading, then I think you should take the trade. If you agree with the trade that I'm taking, but don't just take a trade because I take it. You're setting yourself up never to be able to be confident in your own ability, and you're never being able to, then what you're doing is you're giving yourself an easy out. If it doesn't work out, you'll just blame, oh, I took it only because they took it, and that's not going to help you either. I'll be very clear with when I'm entering, for sure. I'll be very clear. Yeah, that's what this was the...
Hayden.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I just wanted, I'm just trying to identify that zone that you're going to, and just where Danny had, from there, that imbalance. And
yep.
Does that go then up to the top of the doji, 2 candles back to the left?
The zone? It can, yeah, it can. The way that I see it is that whatever happened here in this period of time, precisely at that time, there was a sell that was into the market, or it was simply buy exhaustion, or a sell that was entered and they had no selling pressure, buying pressure whatsoever. So often when that happens, depending on the size of that order, there would be like, obviously the order was probably put in somewhere here as well, but this is where that sell took place, and it's what was the intention of that sell? Was it simply for price to get a better price for buys, or was it that price came down, we had plenty of liquidity underneath the Asian low, price is now just reacting from that? If we can see signs of sellers like selling pressure coming back into this area, then we can go with that selling pressure. But if there's no selling pressure, like if we don't see a rejection, like a few wicks rejecting this area, then I would say that this imbalance didn't actually contain any more liquidity to drive price down. But if this is an area flagged, then we need to see we need to see a confirmation now that price is holding, and that's going to be looking like little rejections, retest rejections, and closing bearish.
Yep.
If the buying is going to outweigh that selling, then we might see price do the opposite, and that's the trick, is trying to anticipate when we're on the wrong side, because we can only go with the idea. At the moment, I'm looking for the sell. Like, this sell probability is far lower than if it went up first, because this was a very clear area for price to go, and it already did that. So that's what now makes me a little bit uneasy. So I'd almost rather not take anticipation entries here, and that if we're closing back below here with the right confirmations, then perhaps fill this range again. Because I do like this area to the top side as well. I do like that.
Okay, so it doesn't then need to come back down to that doji at the bottom and clear that out before it goes up?
Well, we've been seeing London being pretty aggressive. Like yesterday, it went all the way down, then all the way up, then all the way down, and then New York went all the way up again. So it's a matter of just timing. So this is the first potential reaction. We've got a nice, beautiful liquidity grab, and it closed nice and like closed underneath these guys. So that's a nice candle. But now, if it's going to, like, what we want to see now is a little bit more liquidity generation, where price can sort of go sideways a little bit, and then if we can get something that's retesting this wick, there's a good chance. And if it's like starting to retest this wick, and then flipping back bearish again, there's a good chance that it's picked up liquidity. As it's flipping, you can use a pretty small stop loss, and there's a good chance then that support will break and we'll go back down to the next level. So risk reward would be quite decent then if it sets up like this. But we want to see what's important. Like if it just goes straight down, it sucks because it's just another missed trade. But if we do see that liquidity generation, like a little bit of range building, and we see price wick up, start to flip down, then we can say that it's picked up liquidity again from this zone with the retest to then drive down to target this doji low. Like yesterday, big up 16. I can't quite understand it. Like yesterday, big up 16.00. German 40. If you was short, how quick you stop short, because yesterday only down from 10 till 6 till 4. Big up from 4 o'clock. Sorry, Walter, I'm not really following that. If you were short, how quick you stop short. I normally go for like a 50 pip move. I know that German 40 can easily cover 150 pips in a session. For a London session and New York session, I'm absolutely fine taking 50 of that. So like I'm not going to hold a full position without having managed it if it's already moved 50 pips. No, I'm not in, Ali. I'm not in yet. I'll show you when I'm in. I'll bring it up on the terminal. Simon, oh yeah, Simon. Where these comments being read from? They're from. I'm doing a stream with Trading Nut as well, and it's meant to broadcast directly from his channel onto my to all the different places. But I think there was an issue with the stream key, or I don't know, something happened. Something happened on Monday as well, so it takes me a bit longer to make sure everything's set up in the mornings. Yeah, I'm a little bit rushed in the mornings at the moment, trying to give my partner a little bit of time, because I'm not sleeping with a newborn. And I'm trying to give her a bit of time. Last night, she let me sleep through, but then I slept in a different room just because she's got to be up changing the nappy all the time and whatnot. So in the mornings are a little bit chaotic. So there's an oversight on my part. Again, I didn't get the right stream key, but it's on his channel that these comments are coming from. I was hoping that it would all be blended in seamlessly, but it hasn't been very seamless at the moment. Alrighty. So we're coming to a close of the hour. 15 minute not a huge convincing candle on the 15 minutes. It's not like yesterday's candles. Like look at these like this candle. Beautiful candle, this candle, beautiful candle. The 15 minute just doesn't quite have that same vibe. It kind of looks like this candle. See, like just to a mental image of this candle right now, and then we'll go back to recent chart, and this is that one. So I'm wondering if it can be faded out and we can get this sell. but I am cautious of taking the pre-London high. So I want to take, like, I don't even want to take this. I want to see, I don't want to see this high broken on the 3 minute, because that will just invalidate this candle completely. And then you'd have to think that there's much further upside to go closing above here. We're already taking the high now. Or is that an equal high? Yeah, no.
15 minutes looking very bullish.
Equal highs. Equal highs at the moment. So there's definitely no sell confirmations. And that's a good thing about like yesterday I did, you know, I did take anticipation entries and it burnt me. But when they do work out, the risk reward that they offer is just fantastic. But it didn't work out. So if you're following confirmation entries, then it increases your probability at the sake of risk reward. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a coffee. First hour's come to a close. I don't want to trade with the new hour candle coming to a close next one opening, because you'd think that this hour candle closing, you do a little pop up. So I think it's a good time for me to get a coffee. I'll be back in. Usually this is the trigger for those sells that happen, and we just dive. That's usually the trigger. But I'll be back in a few minutes. See if mummy wants something. See if the baby needs a new nappy. All right, I'll be back soon.
Blind sells now, mate. Blind sells.
All right. A coffee signal.
I did say blind sells.
Yeah, just shut your eyes and sell when I go for a coffee. So it took out the 3 minute imbalance. Okay, can we see a reversal pattern? Now the media's had time to wake up and then think, oh, you know, which way are we going to send price? Biden arrives in Israel. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. What's gold doing?
Pushing. Not equals pushing.
Yeah, so we've moved 30,
Yeah.
44 pips. 44 pips from top to bottom for London so far. So pretty quiet, huh? Pretty quiet everywhere. Market stalled. Yeah, Europe, Euro CPI in 1 hour. Oh, Locke said there was a speech as well. Lagarde speaking at 9. Maybe she'll say something. The inflation's far too high.
Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break for a bit.
Not a bad option, mate.
Okay. Catch you later.
See you,
Should be
Dave.
in tomorrow's session. Cheers. Bye.
Cool. Sounds good. The easier move has, in fact, come. Like, we have seen better moves around, like, hours into it, haven't we? Do you remember that week that we had? It was in August. That was the last time I had like a rough week in German, where I think it was the last time I had the losing day, apart from this week. But it was the time that I think I only got one decent trade in that week, and there were a lot of a lot of 1-to-1, up 1-to-1, and then it just come back to entry, close out for break even, or I'll take a little bit of profit, not move stop loss, and it comes all the way back, and then it would be like a break even that way. But there was a week in mid to late August that this is reminding me of, where it was just like that. It's just the moves, it just wasn't clean, you know. And then I think when it is like this and you're not getting the moves, it's so easy for people to get frustrated and then start changing your style, and then, you know, the moves will come back, but now you change your style and you still haven't practiced at that style, then you'll take more losses, and then you just create this circle. So best thing is to just identify, are you seeing the right setup? Is it a clean setup? Is it happening in your time? Is it happening, like, if you come back to a chart a few hours later, do you see it then in retrospect? If it's just happening later, you just gotta, like, the market will move, like, it will change. It really will change its trading conditions regularly. You know, different set of algorithms that will be behind the scenes. Sometimes the move happens early, sometimes the move happens late. Just be patient, you know, don't go wild changing your style. To be really, like, the styles, my style, anyone's style that you've made profit in a particular period, or you've done the actual due diligence back testing, it'll come back again. You just got to be super patient, you know, super patient. If you're patient, you'll get paid. If you sell along with profit, if you sell along with profit, how many times you take pause for a new long or short, or, oh, I see. If you take a trade and you make profit, how long do I wait before I take the next trade? Oh, I don't understand it. If you sell along with profit, how many times you take pause for a new long or short, or wait for the best moment for max profit with little change for a loss? Sorry, man, I don't get it. If it's if I take a win, I'm not really going to jump into a trade straight away. Usually, like, I'll give it like 2-3 shots in a London session. Like, I took 3 losses yesterday, and that was still like 1.19%. Like, that's the max I would go. If I take a winning trade straight off, I don't really need to trade again. But I will give it 3 shots, 2 to 3 shots to get a trade. Sometimes I don't, you know, sometimes it doesn't give me 3 opportunities. But I'll take a break afterwards. When you're holding a trade, it's so dependent on how you're traveling for the week. That's so dependent. I would say, like, you know, if you got a 50 pip, oh yeah, it's so hard to give a proper answer for that, because there's so many variables. But typically try plan out a 50 pip move. Now, if you're doing well for the week, maybe you're just willing to hold the full position for that full 50 pips. I think it's better to take partials as well, just to lock some in. You can get a really good, if you just try to find consistent space. If you can take, like, using the baseball analogy, don't try to hit a home run every single day. Just if you just hit base hits, that'll make up the bulk of your profits. Every now and then, yeah, you might just hold a trade let it run for longer, and you'll get, like, you know, an amazing trade. But the majority of profit is just by taking, you know, smaller, consistent moves every day. When I mean smaller, it might be a big move, but you might secure partial, so it dilutes the risk reward. But you can do just fine by doing that and maintain, like, good mental margin. What if you change your name? Yeah, then you'll get a home run every single. But I think he might have the most strikeouts as well, Tom. So we need to balance that with our psychology. Just came across the live stream. Is there a video explaining what days are these live days, or you guys are such? Well, this week it was only just started it with Trading Nut channel, but on my channel, it's Monday through Friday. So you can search my name, Haydos FX, if you want. It's live on there. I need to work out the right schedule with Cam for Trading Nut, because it's been a little bit bumpy getting it onto both charts, and I need to make sure I look after my group the most. They're the most important, is my group. Looking forward to Maddie getting some proper sleep, then we can start doing some makeup sessions. apply some foundation. Little side hustle I've got, putting makeup on.
It's all good.
Jokes.
Most of us have been there.
Can you write your
Okay.
name again? Didn't catch it. Right here, up here on the left.
Yeah, shimmy your screen a little bit, mate.
Sometimes the candles are covering it. It's over here. Holy man, this is slow as 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 minutes. We've been stuck in this little 10 pip range. Babies don't follow the adults' plan just because they can. Yeah. I was
Hard enough getting an adult to follow an adult plan.
yeah.
I think those of us that have all got kids can attest to that one.
Yeah, I caught up with some friends yesterday. We had a pint after when it walked into town, and one's a mental health nurse and the other is a psychiatrist, and they've done a lot of like he's a forensic psychiatrist, and pretty interesting. Like listen to the stories they were telling, but they did the psychiatrist he was talking about. They've done a lot of study into development and the things that happen as a kid can shape some of these like criminals or these inpatients, the ones that get like section 12. They look at what happened as a kid a lot of the time. They were saying, you cannot see my name. Okay, it's Haydos FX. Let me. You see this? Yeah, that's my massive head in the camera, yeah. Okay, alright. Are we getting a bit of movement now? $30 minutes, looking like it could. Anyway, what he was saying, 5 minutes looking alright. Let's let this 5 minute candle close. 5. Needs to close below this. Ah, come on, don't do it. Oh, yeah, oh, the last tick. We got there. Alright, so maybe we can start to see price reject here. Something like this. Anyways, to finish that story. I see you, Gilbert. What he was saying is that as a baby, it's as an adult, if we're put somewhere and then someone goes away, we're like, oh, I'm just over here, it's all fine. I know that my support base is just over there, that they'll be back. A baby can't associate that. They can't think that they don't have the ability to think that I was being comforted, now it's been put down to relax for a little bit and then they'll be back. They don't think like that. As soon as they put down, they actually think they've been abandoned, as in like they might not ever come back again. So that's what really upsets them. And when they're young, you can't change the way that you can't change that. You can't they're not just going to grow out of that fear that they're not coming back. But as they develop, the more that you spend time with them, nurture them, don't let them cry too much, they will be able to build that connection that they know that they're quite safe. And then with that safety, then they can start to explore and test the boundaries a little bit more, because they know they've got quite a nice base, and that's how they will start to develop and like try different outdoors, or like they'll try something a bit more foreign because they know they do have that safety comfort. But if you delay that safety comfort blanket for them, and let them cry, then they'll have that fear that you're not coming back again longer, and they'll be less likely to explore other surroundings, other foreign environments. So, but I just thought, just let it cry, we'll get used to it. But apparently it's a really bad thing to do because it can delay the development.
It's amazing how different the opinions are on that. It's just the same as diet. Like literally, I've heard the complete opposite to that.
It gets to a certain stage where they said like you can have babies that will get so comfortable that they never want to leave, and you've got to push them. But you can't do it in the first like 2 weeks of their life because they just simply don't have the ability to think.
No. Yeah.
So you got to. You got to. As soon as they cry, you got to support them.
She's a newborn, Haydos.
No, but I'm trying to find the right timing.
6 months.
That you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's months. It's not like weeks.
No.
And they said
different. They're all different.
He said like with a lot of the criminals and
You won't like my
inpatients,
book then, mate.
the ones that I'm starting to like this move if it comes back. So they're saying that even when you look at people that are unlike the people that struggle to build like a strong connection with someone, and then they have to pull back when it's getting to like connection. Was it commitment phobia? It's when they get, a lot of the time they were saying that there is a link between them having a really unstable childhood when they were growing up, so it really delayed
100%.
that kind of connection with someone.
Because they're in that fight or flight. They're in that survival mode still.
I blame my parents then. They must have let me cry. Two divorces. Well, there you go. Thanks, parents.
I'm in this cell here.
I'm just freaking out about my kids becoming
Yeah, I'll
teenagers.
show you. One sec.
Nice, Alan.
It's worse when they're in their 20s.
I just didn't want to close it down.
Because you don't know where they are, how they get. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I wanted to
Also on my chart.
Yeah.
Where'd you put it now? On Discord.
No, it's on the screen. It's got the pink box. You got 15 minutes.
That candle on the
15-minute
5 is that candle on the 5 is an LQC on my chart as well.
Oh, is it? It's not on mine. So this here was my first candle. I wanted to see something, retest this wick area. I like how it's broken below here. I wonder if it can just continue to fill this range. Just like 30 pips. If it can push down, I'm actually targeting for the second break. 15,140. I want to see if it can come back, start showing rejections again. And if this is the trying, if we're going to start trending from here, start pushing down like this kind of thing. I just want to make sure that I'm not taking it on the way up. I want to see signs that I'm over the peak and I'm trading back on this side of the triangle to head down. At the moment, the 30-minute. Got to be careful, it's not the lower wick. Did you secure any? Because that was like 40 pips. Al?
No, I didn't. I wasn't watching.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it goes back.
Yeah.
That was a quick bounce.
Ivan took 3/4 off.
What time was that? Speech you were talking about?
So, what was that, Danny and G?
What time's the speech that you were talking about?
I was at 9 o'clock. 9 or 9:20. Lock, put it in the chat at the start.
Who is it? Rizbank?
Lagarde, ECB. Christine Lagarde. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Oh, no, sorry. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. So it's not on yet. Another 40 minutes with when the Eurozone CPI comes out. Where is it? I don't see it. So Eurozone at 10. Let's check Forex Factory. I'll check FX Street as well. Unless Locke threw me a dummy, I fell for it. No, there he goes. ECB's President Lagarde speech, 37 minutes.
Is that on yours? No.
It's on FX Street.
Yeah. Lagarde.
Christine Lagarde. Is it online? Yeah, on my one as well. Lagarde speech, CPI final, inflation final. So 35 minutes, we're going to have some decent movement. Um, 1 hour. Yeah, the hour candle closes as a liquidity candle. Retested the open. That could be danger. See, on the 5-hour chart, we actually had a nice support created. Doji low came back, wicked underneath the doji low. It's a really nice setup on the 5-hour chart, not a normal time frame that we look at, but that's actually really nice, isn't it? Beautiful setup. See ya, Jeff. Yeah, I'm thinking I might just. I think it's a bit dangerous to be entering a trade now before. Am I going to be able to get a trade that I can remove risk or take profit in the next 30 minutes before CPI comes out for Eurozone?
It's probably why it's gone a bit sideways.
So funny, you see a lot of fake traders, I won't call out names, they have millions of followers, and then some legit traders who are 100% transparent don't come. Yeah, I know. You can see some just, I don't know how to get through. Like, I've been streaming for ages, and like viewership just it's like this. And then you see someone that does like 2 videos and their viewership's like this. I don't know how the algorithm works. If they can just purchase views, subscribers, whatever. But it's a tough slog getting, I don't know if it's like SEOs or you need to catchy names or clickbait, or maybe I'll just put like a, just put like a lifestyle video about this is what I do, and I'll just rent a car that looks like a rent a Tesla or rent a Lambo, and just drive around, say this is my life. Then you get viewers. But if you actually do the boring stuff,
baby around, mate.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Baby in the background.
This.
When Maddie's older, just fat arming it out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, nude trading. Yeah, that's it. Naked trading. Literal naked trading.
Naked charts trading.
How long are you watching Trading German 40 on a day? No, just 2 hours. 2 hours. I'd be done in 3 minutes. I'm usually done. After that, I might put a couple pending orders in. Otherwise, actual taking a market entry. I want that volume between 8 and 9:30 generally. If I don't get it in this time, then I'll take a break. I'll walk away. I'll trade London. I'll trade New York. If lately I haven't been able to trade New York because I've got a newborn. But I would normally take a break and then come back and trade like an hour around New York Stock Exchange. But I'll trade gold on that one. I like to have a disconnect between trading indices in the morning and then gold at nighttime. In the afternoon. I find trading, if I trade gold during the day and then in the morning for the London Open and then gold at New York Stock Exchange Open, I'm a little bit biased for the direction based on my previous trade, or maybe I'm in a trade and it's still running and I won't want to counter trend that idea. So there's pros and cons to like trading the same asset twice per day. So for me, I eliminate that. I do German 40 in the morning. I might do a US index in the afternoon, but usually I just do gold. Plus I've got a whole bunch of friends that will trade gold, and I'll either host my stream or I'll jump in with a friend's stream and then let them take charge, and I can just sort of relax in the background and whatnot. So we've got some some amazing traders here. Akshay, if you check out Akshay FX as well, he's incredible with his gold. I'll put that in here. Kerwin is really good as well. So Akshay FX, I'd check out him if you like this sort of style. It's very similar but definitely different. We've got we look at the same things, but we've got our own personal preferences and our eyes catch little different things. He's excellent to learn how to trade gold in New York session with high risk reward liquidity trading. Also you've got Kerwin trading floor, but he's not really on socials. He's on Instagram, but he keeps his own private. Doesn't put much on YouTube, that's what I mean. These two fantastic gold traders, absolutely fantastic. Very different styles, but absolutely fantastic gold traders. So if you're interested in those, of course, then there's my group. But I'm more London focused. But definitely check out those guys. I'll keep that there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Took a little sell, got out, lucky, decent bounce. Yeah, I think it's the hour candle, Eddie. I think that's that hour open. Little sell.
Jesus Christ.
Anna Marley.
Eduardo, what are you doing?
Catch it, Al. You off the dinner?
Got lucky, mate.
Price is just dying here, so I'm going to just give me the gold nugget. How I turn my $100 into 100k Yeah. Well, I did that on Monday. Remember when I was giving all that advice, and at some reason it just muted, so I was talking to no one, and that was when I gave the life secrets.
That's fine.
I need to tag that. Yeah. Who it was Ivan that had an excellent quote. Excellent quote. The magic, what is it? The magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding.
Yes. Very good.
So think about, like, for trading, how do we get better? Do we just, it's not by, it's by doing all the hard yards, all this boring stuff, by even just making sure that you're at the chart. Like, if you want to trade, like I like to scalp here, and I like to, even if I don't take a trade here, I've either practiced discipline, not executing on a bad trade. I've watched the price action as well. The more that you watch price action, you can't help but after, like, some people are slower than others. I know I was a very slow learner, but watching price, just watching it enough without sometimes being in the stress of being in a trade, you'll notice more things. If you're in a trade and you say you're trying to sell, you're selling, and price is ticking up and going up, you're not actually looking at price action anymore. You're so focused on the outcome of your trade. But if you can watch price objectively without being biased and swayed, just being here at the same time every day, picking a set time that you're going to be at the charts and just watching price, you'll eventually see that there's very repeatable price action movements on a day-to-day basis. Obviously the execution, that's going to change your ability to take them. Even if we go back and look at the streams and rewind it, my idea for easy areas to trade between, I've taken losses this week, but the areas that I was saying that this is an easier area to trade from, like for example today, trading down to this bit, that was an easy move. It just didn't give me the way I wanted to enter the trade. It didn't give it to me, but I could see that this was an easy pathway for price. Just like yesterday, there was an easy pathway to price. I wanted it to just dip down. Like I was going to take the longs, and I had a zone here, and I wanted to take it here, and price came down, and then rallied from there. I just didn't hit my zone, but the idea was there. The idea at the start of the morning is the fresh idea is usually spot on. It's just price doesn't always give me the entry exactly where I want it to be. I'm not going to chase price, but then also my execution. Sometimes when I'm entering a trade, we're human. We make mistakes. We're not going to be perfect. Trading in my eyes is all about, it's just a series of regrets, one after another. You regret that you didn't get in the best entry. You regret that you didn't take profit at a certain time. You regret that you didn't hold. It's just all about regrets. Everything's about regret in trading. You can never be, especially if you're like, I don't know why my name's stuck here. If you're a perfectionist, you got to kill that. You got to cut that out. Because you're never going to be a perfectionist here. When does daylight savings London flick over? Not next week and the weekend after. Last Sunday, the last Sunday of this month.
Have a good quote for you, Haydos.
Was it, mate?
Mate, perfection is the enemy of good.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Can I add sell entry now? You can do what you like, mate.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. If you want to sell if you want to take a sell with 24 minutes before CPI, to me it's starting to become like a flip of a coin, which way it's going to go. The way that price is setting up, this is typical of a news setup, where you find that you'll have like an impulsive leg push up, and you'll have price settle somewhere in the middle. Okay, so that when the news comes out, it can spike up to some area of interest and then come down, or have one below it that it could spike down and go up, and you'll find like price will just settle. Sometimes the news comes out a little bit early, but you'll find that price will often, when there's news coming out that's going to affect it, you'll find two bunches of liquidity above and below price, and then the 30 minutes before the news, price is somewhere in the middle, and it's giving you options to the downside and upside. So if you're selling, price will probably, where's your stop loss to go down. If it's really one-sided news that sort of doesn't come out as expected, then you get that clean move, but most of the time it's going to be whipsaw. No, I've got to go, Tom. I've got to go buy a bunch of the baby stuff. She's finally put on enough weight that the midwives aren't going to come over every second day. And between health visitors, midwives turning up, registering a birth, it's they tell you that they're going to be here today, and that could be anywhere between 10 and 6, and it's really, you can't really plan around that. Then they might not turn up, and they'll say, oh, they're too busy, so it's going to be the next day. So it's just day after day after day since her birth, where it's been so hard to get out, because I want to be here when they come, and anyway, so she's back to, she put on around 30 to 40 grams a day, which is good, nice and healthy. Starting to get little, she's a skinny little thing.
She's long.
She's long, yeah, she's
That's
real long.
why she's so long.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna scoot. Nothing happening. We're some decent moves to the downside, to the upside, but we kind of got contained within 76 pip range for this first couple of hours. So pretty quiet one, really. I do normally expect 120. What I'm going to keep my eye on, now that I don't want to get caught trading in this trash here. So I'm going to have an alert set above the New York high. Okay, so above the New York high, and I think if it's breaking the New York high, I think we can take out the next New York high, perhaps even to this New York low over here. So I'm going to have a 45 pip range. We'll come back tomorrow and just reassess. I'm obviously going to check during the day, but I'll make it a different color. I think this is a tradable range, depending on how the news comes out.
If you look at the hourly now here, so it kinda just retested now. The hourly is closing somewhere here in this area.
Hold a sec, buddy.
Decent area.
Hold a sec. Let me just pop this on. And then under here, down to here. I think these could be tradable areas. This is the words of Akshay, people watching on YouTube, so listen closely.
Okay, so if you look at that hourly candle, yeah. Okay, so now the news will be in, I think, 20 minutes.
Yep.
But if the hourly already retested to that candle, and already daily is giving us that we want to continue pushing upside, we're just retesting to the daily area, again pushing upside. If the hourly is closing somewhere here, and if someone is wanna trade during the news, I don't recommend taking trade during the news, but trying to guess the price where we are going. Are we going upside or the downside? How to decide that thing? Already you got a higher time frame is giving us idea that we wanna push to the upside after this candle close, also like a hourly close, like a attempted FU, and this candle just came to retest that candle wick. Now the probably if this one is already turned bullish, so if price before the news, if you see any kind of manipulation like a 5-minute or 15-minute manipulation from the downside, you can just take entry 1 minute before the if someone is new to this thing, you can just watch this thing again and again, I think, or backtest this thing, like whenever news is coming, you will see on the 5-minute or 15-minute manipulation happen, like this kind of manipulation. You can just take entry and keep your stop loss below that low. Most of the time price move in that direction, because before the news you can see a couple of manipulation. They want to induce people to look for buys, sells, but ultimately if you're able to spot out that manipulation, then it's really easy to guess where price is going on the news, especially one-sided move, like any news which move one-sided, like most of the time like a CPI or PMI. These news move one direction. I don't recommend the unemployment claim, but at least CPI, PMI
The
news,
big ones,
or
yeah.
even FOMC news also. Those move one direction. Like yesterday was core retail sales for the US.
Retail
It's
sales,
move one
yeah.
direction. Yeah. So most of the news move one direction. You just have to spot out like how price action forming before that news, and take entry before the 1 minute before the news. You don't want to take entry during the news, like a buy stop, sell stop. Otherwise, it's just you are trying to do the gambling thing.
You get slipped anyway if it goes against you.
Yeah,
if you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, and like if someone is putting buy stop here and sell stop here, instead of triggering here, it's gonna trigger somewhere here, and you're already gonna be in drawdown. So you don't wanna do like a buy stop, sell stop. Just try to find out what was happening before the news, how the candles are forming. Just backtest this thing. I think most of the time, even if you are 60% or 70% right, news and even if your stop loss gets slipped sometime, but most of the time you get a positive risk to reward with this strategy. Just backtest this thing. I think if you're able to backtest is more than enough time for any pair, not just I'm talking about German 40. You can try it on the any pair. Even on GBP USD or Euro USD also you can try this thing. Like most of the time price gonna do the manipulation before the news, and you get actual move in that direction afterward. But don't use buy stop, sell stop.
It works for some. It depends on your broker as well. But with gold, I've seen like 60 pip slips. I like buy limit, sell limit with news.
Yeah, buy limit. You can buy limit, sell limit.
Because you usually get the better.
Is,
You usually get better slippage, like positive slippage. But buy stop, sell stop, that's usually negative slippage.
Yeah.
Me. The hour's looking pretty good, man. If it is rejecting under here, okay. So say the news comes out and it rips down, and then it's going back up here. I'd even get in earlier to trade back up to this area. So we'll see. I'll put a little alert but I'm gonna go out and get some stuff now. So I'm gonna end it. Sorry, I didn't take any trade in here, so I'll save my bullets. It means I've got some. Hopefully, I can get an easy move. But this London session for me today was just not really no bueno. There were sells. Oh shoot! What have I done? Oh, far out, man. Clumsy idiot. Yeah, just a little recap for London session. So I wanted the come on, man. I wanted the sells under here, but I wanted to enter from here to go down. Risk reward wise, if I entered sells on the break, I'm looking at 1-to-1. So I wanted at least like a 3-to-1, 4-to-1 from up here. So I'm happy to let it go by. Happy that my idea that I made in the morning worked out. Didn't take the buys from here because I thought maybe if we're breaking here, I thought we might push up and then drop. So that was kind of against. I wasn't really sure how high this one would go, but the buys were beautiful. Then this little sell move, there was a sell move available, but on my charts, this candle needed to be higher than this one for me to have my setup. So it was just pretty aggressive to take the trade for me if I didn't have what I first see. So I've got to be very strict with my own trading, especially if I'm in a little bit of drawdown. 1%, 1.4% for the week. I want to make that back. Anyway, best of luck for New York. I'll see you guys later on.
Good luck.
Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, Hayden.
You're welcome, guys. Good
Thanks,
luck in
Haydos.
New York. Hopefully I can partake a little bit. We'll see. Maddie will probably have other. I can hear her screaming already in another room, so. Good sign.
Welcome to parenthood, mate.